Hello guys, and welcome back. In the previous video we have decomposed the elements of human being, and we have also shown the connectivity and all sort of things like the concrete and abstract layer, the inner self layer, and the objective and subjective positions, and then the senses and processes. And finally we established the relationship or connectivity or belongingness of the inner self with the creator, the god, or whatever you name it in your religion. And we also showed the connectivity of this inner self with the shaitan or satan or devil, which is bad. But in today's video what we want to do is to show you some sort of basic knowledges, some information, some education. We are going to make some playlists, and hopefully those playlists will help you. So first we will get this information, and now what we are going to do in our first priority, first of all, what we want to know about, that is the model. It is a very important model. It is called the NCBN model. Now what is this NCBN model? First of all, it stands for nature plus culture is equal to balanced nature. Now I have put a star with culture because this is not the culture which is being taught in our schools or subject books. This is whole lot new world. Like what do? We try to connect this nature and culture together so that we could then get a balanced nature, right? A balanced nurture of human being. So this is the model. First of all, we have to discuss it. We will make a separate video on this NCBN model. Please keep watching that model. And then in 1.1 we will work on SDPU model, which shows us the human nature. It is not just like personality tools or types. It is not like people's personality. It is totally different and brood based, that is SDPU model. In SDPU model, what you do, you're basically getting three objectives. Number one is you should be happy. Number two, you should be always successful. And number three, we should be together, right? So these are the objectives. And by successful, it doesn't mean like there should not be any sort of failures, but basically all these successes and failures could be part of our processes. Like these two could be the elements. So we need to understand SDPU model for what? For one reason, so that we can understand the human nature and work together, be happy and satisfied. And in 1.2 we will show you another model which is called NNIB model. It is basically an ecosystem for the balanced nurture of human nature. So once you have got that basic information about NCBN model, then SDPU model of human nature, and in NIB model you are making a complete ecosystem using the holistic perspectives, right? So also don't miss this playlist. Hopefully it will help us. And point number 2, we will be having another classification, the types and classification of knowledge and education. It is also very important because the current classification of knowledge and education is not working, and education is the only thing by which we could bring positive change. And if that is misleading us or not good enough or incomplete, so definitely we need to try to understand the classification of knowledge and education so that we could be led on the right path and we should be clear. And what is in the third point? And the third point, there is human basic needs and interests. All these isms like capitalism and communism, if you see them, like some are based on interest and some are based on human basic needs. So we just want to show the balance, like how we could bring unity between these needs and interest, and how we could fulfill all these things. Like just like we have seen in the news, there is very famous slogans about human rights, but human rights are cultural content or productivity. And if you want to see things from the root or from the nature, then you have to use needs and interests, right? And then based on these human basic needs and interests, you can figure out your human rights. And all those people who are working for human rights, they are great people, but this thing will also help them to elaborate the human rights more appropriately. And what is the next point? Our next point is basically the human foundational processes, right? So what is this human foundational processes? You see, there are people, there are things, there are societies who are influencing us in a very bad way. So because of this playlist, what will happen, like you would try to understand the human foundational processes, and then you would see like how people are weakening it up, and how you can make it strengthen, and how you can stop destroying yourself just because of the people around you and the societies or things like which are in a bad way happening around you. So human foundational processes are also very important. Please also watch this playlist, and we will also discuss some other foundational natural terms which are very important. So on this right side of the frame, you would get the information about nature. On number 3, on the left side, now this is the time where we could get information about the evolution of world religions or world tool system and atheism. This will help us understand the systems of religions. And another thing which we will discuss with you, that is about the world systems like capitalism and communism and Islamic system. And here I have also put a star with Islamic system. It doesn't mean like Sharia law or Islamic law or things like that. Basically, I think more universally, like the God is the God of everyone. Like it is not only the God of one specific religion. And the same is the Prophet, peace be upon him. He is also not only the Prophet of Muslims, he is the Prophet of all people across the globe, right? This is how we believe in, and that is called Rahmatul lil Alameen. Like he is sort of peace for the people across the globe. So what we do here in this capitalism and communism, we try to, like, we know that all these are important in this world. They are playing a very vital role, like both capitalist and communist. But they are extremely on one or the other side. So how we will work on this to bring balance and to make them united? So is it possible to make them united? Yes, definitely it is possible. Like we could also bring unity amongst other isms, like you just name it, bro. But this capitalism and communism or socialism are the most dominant isms. So we'll see the Islamic system as well, like how this universal Islamic system look like. So on the fifth number is the areas of education, knowledge or experiences, or radius of the circle, or depth of education, knowledge or experiences. So what does it mean? It means like we all are educated, but for voting purposes, like if you want to choose a leader for one or the other purpose, small or big leader, local or national or international leader, global leader, whatever type of leader we choose, because of all those previous information that we would be getting from those playlists, then the final thing would be to see the person, which areas of education, expertise or knowledge is a person possesses, and what is their radius or how depth that experience is. So we will also discuss these things in this playlist, and then we will discuss some other areas as well. So thank you very much for watching XPLIMP Life Skills. I hope you like this video, and if you want me to create more videos on this, like if you don't understand some sort of terms, please comment and we will try our best to create some videos. But if there are some problems with this video, please give us suggestions. What is that problem? And please also tell us how we can make it correct. Thanks. Allah Hafiz.